सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानां योगीन्द्राणां त्वदङ्गेष्वधिकसुमधुरं मुक्तिभाजां निवासो भक्तानां कामवर्षद्युतरुकिसलयं नाथ ते पादमूलं नित्यं चित्तस्थितं मे पवनपुरपते कृष्णा कारुण्य सिंधो कृष्णा कारुण्य सिंधो हृत्वा निशेषतापान् प्रदिशतु परमानन्द सन्दोहलक्ष्मी
Gurupavanapure Hantabhagyam Jananam. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. Narayaneeyam is taking us through Krishnanubhavam right now. Krishna, who was born in Mathura, was shifted to Gokulam for safety. He was brought up as the very son of Nandagopa and Yashoda. On the other hand, Kamsa, who had decided that he had to kill the newly born children, had deployed Putana. Putana, she was an expert in killing children. So she assumed the form of a very beautiful lady, a wet nurse, who was bent upon feeding newly born children. The Gopikas were very, very innocent that they couldn't see through what kind of a person she was. So they ensured that the child was to be given to this lady to be fed. Let us see what happens later. Lalita bhava vilasa hrutatmabhihi yuvatibhihi pratirodhumaparita stanamasau bhavananta nishedushi pradadushi bhavate kapatatmane asau aparita pratirodhum. She who could not be prevented. This lady could not be prevented. She was so captivating. People were captivated. And she had been telling people that I've been feeding children. So, to respect that motherhood in her, she was not prevented. Asau aparita pratirodhum yuvati bihi lalita bhava vilasa hritatmabihi. Now, these young minds of Gokulam were captivated by her beauty. So, Bhaṭṭatiri says, Lalita Bhava Vilasa. That beauty that she carried along, or she disguised herself in the form of such a beautiful woman, that people were attracted. Hritatma bihi, Bhavananta Nishedushi. So, she sat in one corner of Nandagopa's house. Pradadushi Stanam, and she gave her bosom, her breast. Bhavate Kapatatmane, to you. Hey Krishna, she acted stating that I want to feed your son to you. She gave that particular breast, assuming that you were a normal child, but she didn't know that you are yourself a Kapatanata Sutradhari. So, Kapatatmane, to that illusionary infant, that is why Vedanta Deshika says, Amnaya Gandharudita Spuritadaroshtham Atsla Vilekshana Manukshata Mandahasam Gopala Dimba Vakusham Kuhana Jananyaha Pranasya Nandanam Avaimi Param Pumamsam. So, as this boy was placed on the lap of this Putana, and Putana wanted to feed that child, next comes the Shloka, Samadhiruhyat Tadankamashankitaha Tvamata balakalopa niroshitaha mahadivambraphalam kuchamandalam pratichuchushitha durvishadushitam athatvam balaka lopana roshitaha. Then you, who were extremely angered in the killing of the babies, that because she had killed a lot of other babies before, she had come village after village and ended up, because she was not sure who is the child who was born to annihilate Kamsa, so she ended up killing one child after the other. So when other children were being killed, athatvam balaka lopana roshitaha, Bhagavan was extremely angered for her act of killing other children. Samadhiruhya tadankam ashankitaha, climbing on to her lap. Because when he was placed, he was comfortably placed, without any hesitation. Ashankitaha, without any hesitation. Prati chuchushitha kucha mandalam. Then he started deeply sucking her well-rounded breasts. Durvisha dushitam. That too, it was applied with a certain poison meant to kill children instantly. When we read Greek philosophy and history, we come across a certain poison called hemlock. So similar to hemlock was her state. Mahat amra phalam iva. It was as if it were a big mango fruit that this child started sucking. But remember, now the point is, when she had not delivered children, how could she lactate? How could that milk come? That is when, some medical practitioners say that there is a condition called galactorrhea, and upon stimulation, it can so happen that certain women on stimulation, even without delivery, can secrete milk. So looking about Krishna's beauty, she must have received that motherhood, that state of a motherhood instantly. That is why she was able to lactate. Though she was meant to kill Krishna, looking at his beautiful countenance, she must have been attracted to him. So, Mahat Amra Phalam Iva. So, like a mango fruit, he too started consuming. Now, Asubhireva samam dhayati tvai stanamasau stana nitopama nisvana nirapata bhayadai nijam vapuhu pratigata pravisarya bhujavubhau tvai stanam dhayati sati. While you, hey Krishna, were sucking her breast, asubhihi samam yeva. Along with that, you started sucking her very breath, her prana. Asau nirapatat. Thereby she fell. Vedanta Deshika says, Guhopamakshim Swaghosha Nirhadita Vishwaghosham Gatasu Maikshanta Nishacharim Tam Bhimakritim Bhaimaratim Ivanyam. So he says Bhimakritim, when that pranavayu, when the jivatma was pulled, Guhopamakshim Swaghosha Nirhadita Vishwaghosham, it seemed as if the Bhaimarati Ratri had arrived. That is the 7th night of the 7th month of the 70th year, where it seemed that night had arrived. So when that night had arrived, that pain was so excruciating that she couldn't stand it. Asau nirapatat. So she fell. Stanitopama nisvana. Stanitopama nisvana, like the thunder bearing cloud, when it strikes something, when that lightning strikes, how will somebody fall? So did she fall. Pratigata bhayadai nijam vapuhu, assuming her own fearsome form. Pratigata bhayadai nijam vapuhu, assuming her own fearsome form. Pravisarya ubhau bhujau, and fully stretching out both her hands. She stretched out both her hands and she fell. So, Pravisarya ubhau bhujau. So, she stretched out her hands and she fell. So, thereby, Putana's prana, thereby her jivatma was leaving her body. Bhayada ghoshana bhishana vigraha shravana darshana mohita vallave vraja pade tadurasthala khelanam nanubhavantam agrinhata gopikaha. Vraja pade, while the entire Gokulam, Bhayada ghoshana bhishana vigraha shravana darshana mohita vallave. The Gopas fainted hearing the roar and seeing the awesome body of Putana. Because that body was stretched, it was beyond somebody's imagination. Gopikaha nanu agrinhata bhavantam. They verily picked you up because they first wanted to protect you, Krishna. They wanted to protect you. So they picked it up. That is where one of the poets says, it looked as if a blue sapphire stone was rolling above her body. So they picked up Krishna. Indra Neela Mani Sannibhapa Ghana Chandra Surya Nayana Prameya Bhagindra Janaka Sakalecha Shupra Nagendra Shayana Shamana Vairi Sannuta Jagada Nandakaraka. Indra Neela Mani, like the blue sapphire that was rolling over her body, Krishna was taken. Gopikaha Nanu Agrinhata Bhavantam Taduraha Sthala Khelanam. Then it looked as if that boy was playing on Putana's bosom and that child was picked up. Now when Krishna was picked up, her body was lying. Next comes the question. Bhuvana Mangala Nama Bhirevate Yuvati Bhirbahudha Krita Rakshanaha Tvamai Vata Niketana Nathamam Agadayan Kurutavaka Sevakam Ai Vata Niketana Natha. Vata Niketana Natha, the one who stays in the city established by Vayu called Guruvayurappan. Bhuvana Mangala. You are the one who bestows auspiciousness on the entire world. In Raghuvamsham, Kalidasa keeps repeating, Ramanamam is Jagat Prathama Mangalam. Taking cue from Kalidasa who wrote Raghuvamsham about Rama. Here in Nārayaneeyam, Bhaṭṭatiri says Krishna is the one who bestows auspiciousness. In all our Dashakams we say Jagat Tritaya Mangalam, Bhuvana Mangalam. Bhuvana Mangala, the one who bestows auspiciousness to this entire world. Tvam Krita Rakshanaha Bahudha. May you be protected in many ways. Now Krishna is the one who has to protect us. Here the Gopastris and Gopikas wanted to protect Krishna. Tvam Krita Rakshanaha Bahuda. In order to protect you in different ways, Yuvatibihi te Namabihi they started chanting your namas. They said, one said, let's say Achyutaya Namaha, Achyutaya Namaha, Achyutaya Namaha, Anantaya Namaha, Anantaya Namaha, Anantaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha, Keshavaya Namaha, Keshavaya Namaha, Keshavaya Namaha. Each of these Gopikas, three started taking the name. Keshavaya, Narayanaya, Govindaya, Madhusudanaya, Vishnave, Madhusudanaya, Trivikramaya, Vamanaya Namaha, Sridharaya Namaha, Shrikeshaya Namaha, Padmanabhaya Namaha, Damodaraya Namaha. This is called Dvadashanama. The Dvadashanamas were taken by the Gopikas threes by to protect Krishna. Who is Krishna? The one who owns all these namas. So, Yuvatibihi te namabhihi yeva. So, they started taking the names of Krishna. In Ajamilopakhyanam, we knew very well. Yathaushadam says Bhaṭṭatiri there. Like the medicine, even without knowing the value of it, if one consumes, it adds value to it. Similarly, Yuvatibihi te namabihi yeva ma agadayan. So thereby freeing me from all the diseases. You have been able to restore peace and prosperity and harmony to the village of Gokulam. Why don't you take away my ailments? Mam agadayan kuru tavaka sevakam. Make me your devotee. Hey Krishna, if you take away my ailments, if you take away my pain, I will be able to concentrate better on you. I will be able to meditate better on you. When I meditate better on you, he says, Kuru Tavaka Sevakam. Won't you take the mercy to include me in the list of your devotees? To make me a part of your devotee list, give me good health. Why can you give me good health? Because you gave peace and prosperity to the Gopikastris. When did this happen? When they took your names in order to protect you from such evil people like Putana who fell like a dead body. Now we have left her body like that. What happened to her body? How did they dispose her body? All that in the next episode.
Life is a learning. Every day is a learning. So why stop? We are very happy to present Ramayana Pariksha RAP 2025. This is being organized by our trust Deshikadaya. It is an online examination. All that you have to do is to read the book Ramayanam Volume 1 that I have authored, and 2, register for the exam. It is happening on the 22nd of June 2025. Exciting prizes. And the biggest prize is reading the Ramayana and answering the questions. Age no bar, geography no bar. So why stop? Register soon. Namaskar.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते। नारायण 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 नारायण